Welcome to Behind the Bands. I'm your host, Atticus Johnson, and today on our show, I'm here with Derryl Perry. Been on tour, performing across the...
I have. We've done probably 2,900 shows in the last 20 plus years, and still going strong.
All right, wow. Well, we know you're from Texas originally, but have you been all over the United States by now?
Yeah, we performed, I believe, in 38 different states.
Very nice.
And I'm from Texas originally. I moved to Nashville and worked out of there, based out of there for a good while, and had a band there, and we traveled all over the country. And in 2019, I moved back to Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and just recreated my bass there and a new band, and we've been tearing the roads up ever since 2019. With the exception of a little COVID hiatus, we came back strong after that as well.
That was a little hiccup for everybody.
It was.
But, well, you're back now. What kind of music would you say your new band is making?
Well, we're definitely country. We have a traditional country sound that's kind of rooted in 90s country music, which in my opinion was the golden age of country music, and you had great artists and great producers and songwriters, and it's just a magical moment in time as an artist,
90s definitely kind of revolutionized what country music sounded like.
It did. Those artists did. They did that. Mm-hmm.
All right,
that was a big inspiration for me as a writer and an artist.
Definitely. Well, as a writer, you play guitar. Is there anything else that you're playing?
No, I pretty much, I every now and then when I'm recording, I'll grab an instrument and I'll play a part or two, that I kind of hear. But no, I'm pretty much a guitar player, and I use that term loosely too because, I'm a rhythm guitar player. I do play on my tracks and in the studio and
for sure
and such. But it's and I do play my guitar live in our show.
Well, what would you consider yourself if you don't consider yourself a guitarist?
I'm just going to leave it right there. I'll
up for interpretation.
You said it all right there, yeah.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your current single, 90'sville.
Well, 90'sville is kind of an homage to the 90s country music, which we were just talking about, and the inspiration. And cool story about it is we were asked to do a 90s cover show, and I didn't want to do it under my name. I was looking for a name to do that kind of show, and I came up with the name 90'sville. So I trademarked it for the band, and we never did that show. And one morning, Sunday morning, we were leaving Tulsa, driving back to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I thought, I'm just going to write 90'sville, and I wrote it while I was driving back from Tulsa to Dallas. Wrote the whole song and put guitar to it, and then once we got the working copy of it, we thought, God, we got to put this out, and we got to put it out now because 90s country is really prevalent right now in country music altogether.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's take a listen to their new single, 90'sville.
country right there in Nashville. Thank you so much.
So, when you're sitting down to write a song, Derryl, what comes first when you're in your songwriting process? Is it normally you're sitting down with an instrument or you're writing some lyrics?
You know, I've written so many songs. I'm probably 800 to 900 songs. So if I get ideas all different kinds of ways, and so, for instance, as I mentioned, 90'sville, I got, I just thought, I had that title already, and then I thought I'm just going to write it, and I wrote it while I was driving home, so I didn't even have a guitar in my hand, but I'm singing it into my recorder on my phone. And sometimes I hear somebody say something, and I think, there's an idea right there, an inspiration. Or I hear a melody, or I just sit down in a room at home and just start picking up.
So that spark of inspiration just hits you anywhere and everywhere.
Any possibility, you bet.
Yeah. Well, that's nice to hear.
Mowing the yard, taking a shower.
Any little things inspiring you.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice to hear. Well, you've been all over the country. What's life like on tour?
It can be really hard on a lot of people, and that kind of, that separates a lot of folks. And I've enjoyed it. We've, in my time playing 2,900 shows all over the country, and but I love it because it's almost, my windshield is like National Geographic. I'm driving around, seeing all these different places, and you don't get to do a whole lot because you're so busy and you're so on schedule that you miss out on a lot of that. But still, the fact that you can get out of these different areas and touch different people, and pull them into your music, and hopefully have them come to shows and support you, that makes it worthwhile.
Seeing all the different regions and touching different kinds of people everywhere you go,
and bringing our style of music to all the different regions as well.
You're bringing a little bit of Texas with you.
Exactly.
Everywhere you go. Yeah. So about Texas, so would you say that there's something special about Texas that the world needs to hear, and that you bring that? Texas
is a one-of-a-kind culture, and not that any other place doesn't have culture, their own culture. But
of course.
But Texas does have a very independent, strong-willed culture, hard-working culture, very cowboyistic, if that's a word we can make up real quick. But it's a wonderful thing to be that proud of where you come from,
Right. Well, I think your new single is a little cowboyistic. It's still pretty new.
Yes.
Some horses.
I got that idea in my kitchen one morning. I was washing dishes and looking out the window, and I don't have any horses out my window by any stretch of the imagination. But I just kind of thought that song it's a lot about me. And I am some horses. I am that character in that song. So, and I've met a few people that are too. So, it just hit me personally, and probably my strongest personal song, I guess I've written. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's take a little glimpse into that song, "Some Horses" by Derryl Perry. That was Some Horses by Derryl Perry. That song was actually Texas CMA Music
CMA of Texas Song of the Year
Song of the Year.
this past year.
Yeah, 2023.
Three.
Yeah. Hopefully 2024. He's got a couple more coming up. But so this upcoming song ain't all used up yet. You said it's on streaming services. Where all can people find you?
Well, they can start by DerrylPerry.com, which is my website, and that's DerrylPerry.com. All the social media platforms, it's /Derryl Perry, and also the music itself is on all streaming platforms, including Apple, Spotify, YouTube. You can get it all over.
Find it everywhere.
You bet. And would love and encourage people to come and share it.
Yeah. Do you think you have a message that you're trying to spread with your music?
Yes, and one of my songs, which was a single 3 or 4 years ago, it's called "Healing Powers of a Honky Tonk," and I think music heals.
Definitely.
I think going to a honky tonk and getting together with friends after a hard week's work, it has a tendency to heal you in different ways, and finding love and losing love and just living life, But in that social environment, the honky tonk can heal you.
I think music definitely brings together a community. Daryl's going to tell us a little bit about some of his influences for some of his songs.
Yep. I've got another one coming out here pretty soon called "Ain't All Used Up Yet," and that one has a distinct 90s feel to it. And I wanted to write a real dance hall sounding song, and I got the idea for that hook. And I just, right off the top of my head, the start of the song, took a shot with a shooter.
Yeah.
It puts people on the dance floor instantly. So we put that one together really quickly and started playing it live. And I've cut it, and it's out there streaming now too. Yeah. We haven't released it as a radio single yet, but that day will probably come.
Yeah, well, it's definitely one that gets people moving.
It definitely does.
And we're back with Derryl Perry. So, would you say your music reflects your personal life in any ways?
It does in certain ways. I'm a pretty stoic person, but very passionate person at the same time, and I think a lot of my songwriting reflects that. And I do like to put myself in that movie that I'm writing. You know, it's a 3-minute movie is what it is sometimes. I've got a song called Desperata, which we're currently mixing right now, and it should come out in 2025. And I'm excited about that song. And that's purely almost like a 3-minute movie script.
Well,
so
we'll keep an eye out for Desperado.
It's going to be exciting, yes.
Well, speaking of movies, I know you have another song that's actually been in a movie, Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
I've had a few that have been in movies and television shows, but was kind of a surprise. And that's the name of the song. So one day I'm checking my BMI report, and I'm getting paid for having a song in a movie in France.
And you don't even know.
And I didn't even know it was cut. Yeah, so that's a good kind of waking up to, you know.
Right.
So yeah, we had this song in a movie in France, and it's obviously, you know, it's really country, so it's one of those things you wonder how somebody put it in a movie in France, but they did.
Right. Well, do you think having your music all across the world at this point, how does that make you feel?
It's good, but you know, I think we're still just tip of the iceberg. You know,
you still got plenty more to go.
We've got a long way to go, and I've got people helping me out now in different ways, and I've kind of partnered with Synapse Publishing and Entertainment, and they're kind of helping me put product out right now. So that's a good deal for us.
Yeah. Well, do you think you have a message that you're trying to spread with your music?
Yes, and one of my songs, which was a single 3 or 4 years ago, it's called "Healing Powers of a Honky Tonk," and I think music heals.
Definitely.
I think going to a honky tonk and getting together with friends after a hard week's work, it has a tendency to heal you in different ways, and finding love and losing love and just living life, you know. But you know, in that social environment, the honky tonk can heal you.
I think music definitely brings together a community. What would you say the community is like in Texas, from your roots, where you came from, compared to now, when you return home? Is it still the same or something different?
It's both. I think, you know, society as a whole has changed considerably, you know, with all the electronics and the media, etc. But I think the heart of people who are really into live music, I think they're, you know, you can still reach out and touch them quite readily.
Definitely. Well, you've been in the industry for more than a decade now.
Yep, couple.
Yeah, more than 20 years that you've been performing. And so you've definitely seen the change from people going online to coming back out in person. Because I feel like after COVID, there's definitely a resurgence in people coming to live performances.
There is, and it's good to have people out. Yeah, I definitely want to say, you know, it's harder on the musician now, and I think it's really good for people to get out and support live music, because if you don't do it, it'll go away, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So I think it's good, you know. We're playing tonight, so I feel blessed to be able to perform tonight.
We're happy to have you here all the way out in Wyandotte, Oklahoma. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight. If you have one thing to say to our viewers back at home, what would you like that to be?
Come see me.
Come see Derryl Perry live.
And my band.
All over the United States. He's still touring. He's coming to you. He's going to hit 3,000 shows next year, probably.
We'll get there.
It's on the way. But we're going to listen to one last song from Derryl Perry tonight. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Atticus Johnson. Thank you for being here with KGCS TV.